Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do, with press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play.
It is over. Cats have won it.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Crafting the finest beers in Arizona, Ranch Hand Brewing puts their heart and soul into every beer they make. Microburst Hazy IPA, cloudy like an Arizona dust storm with a whirlwind of flavor. Looking for a beer? Ranch Hand Brewing. Mending fences 1 pint at a time.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
Smart solutions to eliminate bugs, bees, and weeds this spring.
Science nerds, choose Essential.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
We are your home for all things Arizona basketball. 3 hours of pregame. They're not going to finish the season 19-1, guys. 2 hours of postgame.
I guarantee you, Coach told the guys don't come over and help on him.
And all the action in between. Wildcats Radio 1290.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Most plumbing problems start with a 4-letter word: drip, leak, clog. Whatever your plumbing problem might be, you can trust Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to deliver fast, honest, and reliable service by a plumbing expert that will find the right solution for your plumbing problems. Call us at 520-492-0748 or picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Your home for everything Arizona Wildcats. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290, KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And Xavier Sykes will bring it across, transfer to Mobley, and here's a steal. KJ Lewis drives the other way, slam it home with 2 hands.
Get in that passing lane as KJ Lewis stole another one. 10th turnover.
Wildcats up 43-21.
Might that be one of the last highlights that we have of one KJ Lewis, who is the first Arizona Wildcat rumored to be headed into the transfer portal? We are coming to you live from McKale Center. It is this might be the first annual student athlete career night going to be taking place here this evening. We are sitting at the moment up in the media section here, which is section 124 for those of you that are familiar with the building here and where the media sits, which is on the bench. It's kind of near the end of the visiting bench area that sits above the visiting tunnel here at McKale Center. There are tons of tables down on the court. There are some bar stool style chairs where I believe maybe some of the dignitaries, they may actually be running a video of this event as well. And there's supposed to be as many as 60 companies participating in this career night here for the student athletes. And, you know, again, student athletes, they got to figure out what they want to do once the playing days are over. So we're looking forward to being a part of this event tonight. Again, some 60 local employers are going to be here to chat with the student athletes about opportunities, mentorships, the industries that might match that student athlete's unique skills, discipline, teamwork, leadership, resiliency, all of that that goes into obviously being a productive member of any given company that these young folks will be partaking into once their athletics careers are over. This event has been organized by Dr. Sophia Reed of the Tyler Family Endowment, Assistant Athletics Director. She is of CATS Student Athlete Development. And so great opportunity here for Dr. Reed to put together this event for the student athletes here at the University of Arizona. So a little bit different. I'm out here. JW Madden is back in studio. He joins us. Dragon Ball has the day off. Good afternoon to you, JW. It has, again, I don't know that, that you've ever been a part. I've never done a career. I don't think I've ever done a college career fair before. I've done a number of high school career fairs, but it's always fun to come out and talk to young people about what you do for a living?
Yeah, without a doubt. I remember he was still a student, and he told a story about how he had a class that was 100% athletes, and someone came in and asked, how many of you are going to be professional athletes after your college career is done? And 99% of them raised their hand. And this was back in, obviously, in the 80s.
Right.
Yeah, DK, you have to have a plan, right? And so having an organized event like this where student athletes can go and talk to some professionals in particular fields that they're interested in, it's a great opportunity.
No question about that. And so looking forward, we are apparently I was told the entire student athlete base, which is supposed to be 500 kids, are supposed to be here today. We'll see if they all are here, but that's going to be a lot of young athletes to talk to. Many who obviously we've been talking about throughout the fall and the winter on the various sports, and now into the spring sports that are in season right now, as our focus begins to shift to the spring sports, with basketball having concluded last week. And as expected, again, we saw last week, and we'll be talking Arizona women's basketball today. Kim Doss is scheduled to join us on the show in the 4 o'clock hour. A number of the Arizona women's basketball players headed into the portal. The core three is no longer, at least to this point, we believe the core three will no longer be a part of this program. And when I say the core three, I'm talking about Jada Williams, Brea Cunningham, and Skylar Jones, that class of 2023 that came in together. And so Dia Barnes is looking at a complete rebuild of this program in terms of the roster. It's funny, actually, Jada, as I was setting up here today, I did see some of what is remaining of the Arizona women's basketball team. I believe I saw Paulina Prince, come through, as well as several of the other players on the team. And so, again, the ones that plan to stay are already beginning their postseason regiments to try to be better for next year. And so we'll kind of figure out exactly what that's going to begin to look like. It's no surprise that we've seen, I heard somebody say the entire Indiana men's roster is in the portal. They have nobody left between graduation and folks that are going in the portal. So if Tucker DeVries thought he had to rebuild his roster in West Virginia, he definitely has to rebuild his entire roster.
Well, same deal, right? Yeah, same deal. I mean, I'm sure his son's going to come with him, would be the guess.
Right.
I mean, there's so many different ways to look at this. On one hand, DK, it's great for the individual student athletes. We've been wanting more freedom. For the entire time I've been watching college athletics, it seems like the coaches can leave on a whim after saying, I'm going to be here for my life. 2 days later, they're gone to another school. It's nice to be able to have the option for players and to be able to make money off their name, image, and likeness. Yeah. Obviously, we've got revenue sharing coming. On the other hand, DK, it's tough to look at a horizon where college athletics is consistent, right? Because when you have players constantly jumping around, you don't develop those relationships with other people on your squad, and it's really difficult to maintain continuity. So I'll tell you one thing, it's much tougher to be a coach today than it was 15 years ago.
There's no question about that.
Because you not only are recruiting, obviously, incoming classes, but every day you have to recruit the players on your current roster to stay, because everybody else is trying to get them to go somewhere else.
Yeah. I believe, I want to correct myself, Paulina Paris. I think I called her Paulina Price. Paulina Paris was one of the players that I saw come through here a little bit earlier, along with Lauren Swan. So again, those young ladies back in the lab, as we like to say, getting ready for what is next here at the University of Arizona. So we'll dive into that with Kim Doss, and no surprise, there's going to be Arizona Wildcats men's players who are probably going to be coming and going. We've dove in a little bit into that over the course of the season. There's a belief, within the athletics realm, that there's no way that you can really keep all three of these big men that you've got. I mean, you've got Toby Awaka, and you've got obviously Mo Krivas, and you've got Henry Vasar. Is there room for all three of those?
You forgot one. So I'm looking at a screen here, and it says on 3 officially KJ is in the portal, along with Emmanuel Steffen is also in the portal.
There you go. Yeah, E-Man, exactly. And so we hadn't really factored him in yet because he hadn't really played much at all that first year. So you thought, well, maybe he might take another year and see what his development could be within this program. But again, I mean, he's got a number of guys. Like I said, those other 3 guys are in front of him. All 3 of those guys are probably going to be playing a whole lot of minutes if they all 3 of them stay.
Yeah.
And so it's hard in this day and age and we've mentioned it, ad nauseum, to keep the type of depth that you've had in the past at every position that you've got on a roster.
I want every player who comes to Arizona to have their best career, their best life past their time at Arizona. Always. I always root for guys who leave, women who leave, decide to leave the program. I wish them nothing but the best. I will say this. The guy I always think